Hi, this is Reed Hadley with Jaris Backstage. And Jazz Backstage is the program that we're interviewing Lew Tabackin, the other half of the dynamic duo of Toshiko Akiyoshi.
Nice to be here, Reed. Also, I'm not the other half of a dynamic duo. I am Lew Tabackin, and she is Toshiko Akiyoshi, and we have separate identities and separate projects, and so we are not Siamese twins. As hard as it for some people to believe, you know.
I understand, but
I might help her with her email, but that's
okay. Well, clearing that up, you've basically been around now for almost 50 years, and we basically see a lot of people come and go. What do you attribute your longevity?
Tenacity and the desire to get it right. So I can't quit until I get it right. Since I'll never get it right, I'll never quit. So it's in a nutshell.
Well, as far as the future is concerned, you have backed this project pretty well, and I want to thank you for that. You look towards the future in terms of the children. How do you see some of those children who are playing now, let's say around the high school age group? What do you see in the future as far as the talent that you've seen out here so far?
Well, to be honest, I'm not involved in the education situation. I've had proteges and students involved in it, and some of them did quite well. But I think it's a question of opportunity and a question of exposing young people, young players, not just, there's so much that they don't listen to or haven't heard. Everything has become a current reality. It's almost showbiz. So we have to make sure that it's actually in the hands of the instructors. They have to make sure that the young people understand the history and the culture and and how the whole jazz movement developed through the years. It's not a long history, so it's not difficult. So, I've done some things like in Juilliard. I played with the Juilliard big band not too long ago, and I was quite impressed with that.
Well, at the college level, that's one aspect. We've also talked several occasions. I think at one of the functions that your wife Toshiko was involved in, the International Women of Jazz, in which she was one of the recipients of an award. As far as women are concerned, what type of experimental groups have you thought about using in terms of your group as far as women and instrumentalists?
I don't really, I think at this point we should just start forgetting about that. It's like saying we're going to have a band, it's all black, or a band, it's all white, band, it's all, whatever. We're musicians, and I know Toshiko doesn't, really, she doesn't like that whole Mary Lou Williams never appreciated that concept of separating women. I'm a musician. I play with best musicians I can play with. The whole women in jazz thing is reached the point where we should start forgetting about it. Now it's all integrated. Hopefully, it's I don't know how to explain it, but I think someone commented about in politics, if you criticize a woman, it's different than when you criticize a man. You have to be careful when you criticize a woman. You criticize certain ethnic groups, but I think it's a time we should be equal playing field now. There's some wonderful women players, but I'm sure they don't like to be thought of as women players. They like to be thought of as musicians. So we're all in this together.
Well, I do agree with you on that. And there's some fabulous, fabulous female talent out here, not just say female talent, but I do love the fact that when we're all mixed together, it just comes up to a harmonious sound, in which I do agree with you, not to look at it as male, female, but combinations. As far as...
I was doing a tour once with a group, all-star group, and in Europe. We go to southern France, and this group was Clark Terry and myself and a bunch of people. And there's a big poster, and it says, in French, it said, six musicians, 3 whites and 3 blacks, and together for the sake of the music. And Clark was furious. He said, "What is that shit?" He said, "That's like people are listening with their eyes, and it's we should kind of move on. I think it's time to move on with all this segregation, so to speak, and women in jazz, blacks, whites, Latinos, whatever." It's all we're all in this shit together.
Well, as we say, as far as the slogan, music is the key to peace, and it has no colors. So, Lew, just a little bit before I let you go, what are you doing tonight? What are we going to see tonight?
We just, my man Greg is interviewing me, and hopefully he will have some insightful questions, and I won't have to work too hard. And that's basically it.
All right. Well, Lew, thanks much for giving us this much time, and we'll look to see you in the future. All right. All right. This has been Reed Hadley with Jazz Backstage, Lew Tabackin, and we'll be right back after this.